Hi everybody, if you're new to my channel, I do automotive repair videos, travel videos, reviews, all the above, and I'm no nonsense, straight to the point, very low production value, which means I don't make a lot of YouTube money. So if you like this video, hit that like button, always subscribe, helps me out greatly. I'm about to save you a bunch of money. This is a water pump on a 2013 Toyota Rav4. It's not a difficult job, but it is for sure a time-consuming one. A lot of stuff we got to take off, but first things we're going to do is take a 10mm and remove the negative battery terminal, because we are going to be removing that alternator. So don't let that, yeah, don't be intimidated by this. It's gonna be a lot of little stuff, but like I said, we're going to get through this together. Just bear with me. So negative off, and then we can go ahead and get the car jacked up and get this passenger tire off. Now I have the passenger side jacked up. You have 5 21mm lug nuts. Zip those off. Now while you're in the wheel well, we're going to remove this plastic piece right here. You have some on the bottom, some on the side. So dirty. Here we go. There's those two. Come underneath. This one right here, right behind the front sway bar link. And then hopefully just one right here, maybe. This one's got to come off anyways, but I don't know in the step of doing things if. That's it with that panel. Don't lose your push pins ever, so just keep everything stacked up and right next to each other. Well, we do got to release the belt from down here. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to hold off, and we're going to go ahead and start at the bottom. And we got to remove this whole plate right here. So we got all these 10mm, 1, 2, 3, 4 it looks like, and some push pins. Now there's 4 bolts are removed. Now we got 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch of them. Okay, so I'm gonna go through and remove all these. I'm not gonna film this because it'd just be a waste of time. You guys just saw me take the other ones out, same exact thing. Take those out, put them to the side safely, and then we'll remove this cover to get to the bottom of the radiator drain. I got all the plastic push pins out, but right there's like these flaps on both sides. They're kind of connected onto there. And, same with the other side. There you go. Get that out. Now I'm not gonna be able to show you this because you can't see it, but on the bottom, well, the driver's side of the vehicle, you're going to reach your hand back behind the frame in the transmission pan, and you'll feel a little wing nut. Go give that a turn, and then we'll wait until we see coolant come out, or water. Oh, right there. Okay, so it's going to come out way up here. There shouldn't be too much in here because they said it's been leaking for a while now. So anyways, just like I said, open that up and just let it drain out, and we can go work on other stuff while this is draining too. Since we have the 10mm still loaded up from doing the battery and underneath the stuff for the car, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try not to remove this. I think I'm just gonna go take it and throw it somewhere else, but once you pop this cap, you'll hear it probably start draining a lot faster. There we go. Okay, now it's draining a lot faster. Which, again, that's good. We'll let that empty out for a while. Throw that up there. And then here's a 10mm right up front. And then you have another one back here. Having one of these little magnetic pans is just great. Really awesome to invest in, especially if you're doing anything under the hood. There's still some in there, but that's okay. Coolant's not a problem. I think we should just set that off to the side. I don't want to get into it. So anyways, yeah, we'll let that drain. And while I'm up here, I can go ahead and get this bracket off of the top of the alternator. It's free. And this is why you want to remove the battery terminal, because you're going to be dealing with this connector that I cannot get off. It's also a 10mm, holding on the positive terminal. Oh, keep my hand off the trigger. There we go. Break that loose. Now that one actually locks in. We'll get this ground down and get rid of all the green crusties. And then here's just a wiring connector right there. It's just a push in and remove. Oh, it's over here on the side. I need this hand. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this wrench that has like a 90-degree, kind of like a little bend to it. And I'm going to pull down, which is gonna relieve tension on this belt so I can get it off. I'm going to be replacing the belt, but if you're not going to replace the belt, put an arrow somewhere, shows you that it's facing out. That way you can put the belt back the exact same way so you don't flip it around. So mark that. I'm replacing the belt. It's never been replaced, so that's just something you might as well just do since you got to take this off anyways. But that's your pulley right there that you want to hit. And again, it's a 14mm, or if you have the actual, I gotta buy one. I don't know why I haven't, but just that one, it's a special tool. I'll leave down in the description that you could just do it from the top. So I have to go through the bottom. All right, let's get this alternator out of the way. There's one right here, which you guys cannot see. And there's no way I can show you because I'm here working. And although I love showing you guys stuff, I have to do this. So there's one there. There's one straight down here. They're both 14mm. So that one's gonna be a pain to get to. Okay, not terrible, I guess. I'm just using a shallow 14mm socket. Oh man, that thing's on there. There we go, I just need the clicks. Okay, that's not breaking it loose, so I'm gonna get a bigger breaker bar. Well, let's see if I can get this one to fit down there. It's kind of big, but here we go. I'm using a 18-inch 3/8 breaker bar right now. There we go. Now she's loose. I'm using the Milwaukee Power to get it out. Top bolt. Bottom one's like I said, way down here. That ain't gonna work. 14. Here it goes. Okay. Oh, it's just too big. Smaller one. Oh, I freaked out for a second. So the bottom one's small. I was just praying it didn't break off inside there. I didn't though. So I'm assuming, oh yeah, this thing's gonna be absolutely in there really good. So, there's that, or you can get yourself a big pry tool. Pry it out like that. There we go. That was like a 20-something inch bar. Now I think we go up a little higher at the moment because I'm gonna loosen this up. Come on. Come on. Okay. There. Just gives me a little bit more wiggle room. I'll tuck these wires up and out of the way as best I can. Okay. It's a pretty good opening right there. Take out the alternator. Alternator is out. Next, you're going to want to remove that this bolt right here, or this pulley, or the tensioner. Sorry, it's a 12 millimeter. Oh, that's no. Okay, that one wasn't bad. It says remove the dipstick. I didn't have to do that. It says unplug that wiring harness above there. I guess you could. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. I'll get this off. It says remove that too, but I didn't need to. Like I said, just removing that wiring harness from that bracket right there, that'll give you plenty enough space. You can't really fit tools in here either because it'll get stuck right there. So, gotta suck it up and do that by hand. But anyways, this is what it looks like. I mean, man, that's old and crusty. Wish I'd have seen this video. Wish I'd have seen this vehicle beforehand. I would have just suggested just replace that. So anyways, now time for the water pump. I see a bunch of bolts in the brackets. Okay, let's get started. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and remove this. I'll get you down there, I'll snake you down there. Oh, sorry. Hope this doesn't give you vertigo, make you motion sick. There's a wiring harness right here. It's held on by this 10 millimeter bolt right here. I'm just using a, man, things aren't really tight on this car. Wow, that barely took anything to crack that loose. That can't be good. All right. So we got that bracket out of the way, and we'll just tuck it. We'll tuck it back here, and there's your thermostat. In case you're wondering, there's your thermostat, and then yeah, you can tell they were leaking fluid everywhere. Everything's dyed pink. Everything. All right. Now next is a water pump. So what I like to do is line up the new water pump, kind of match it up where that one is, so that way you know where every bolt is. It's kind of thing I like doing. They're 12 millimeter bolts. Whether you need a long or deep extension or socket, we'll get to that. But as far as just the water pump setup, there it is. This is a FVP product, not a sponsor. Been using them a lot. I think I order probably 10 or 15 parts for them each week. They make parts for almost everything. They're all lifetime warranty. So far, extremely good luck. So again, not a sponsor, but if you're listening, I love you guys. All right, so gonna be very hard to do with one hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do this off camera and then get back to you. All right, finishing up the last bolt. I was able to use a shallow 12mm for everything. Hardest bolt was the one on the right here, right there, on the bottom, I guess be the right hand corner. That was extremely difficult. Took a while, took a lot of patience. They show just take it right off, everything just works. No, but this long handled ratchet that bends like this came in handy. The bottom bolts, I just went underneath the car and just tackled it from there. It was like wide open, so it was awesome. So get you a catch can or bucket, whatever you want to call it, whatever you have underneath there. Okay, last bolt's coming out right now. So right here, you want to make sure I always line them all back up. And now I'll probably have to use something stronger, but anything to pry it away from the vehicle, break that bond that it's been had for almost a decade now. Okay. All right, well, that just came off really fast. Here's the water pump. And there's really nothing left of the gasket there, so you can definitely see why it was leaking. All right, let's get that whole area. You're gonna want to get all that old gasket off, cleaned up, and we'll get it prepped for the new one. Here's the new water pump with the gasket on. Take your time, clean off everything down there. It's gonna take you a while because there's barely any room and you can only fit one hand in there, so patience. This one specifically says no RTV, so I'm gonna go ahead and just set this down there. And get a bolt ready. Get a bolt or maybe 2 bolts ready. That way when you... So yeah, you're gonna be in my way. Right there. So yeah, when you snake this down there, just get one started. Okay, there's one started. Just to lock in the water pump, but you can't see anything, so anyways, I'm gonna get all the bolts put back in. Don't tighten them all the way though. You are gonna torque down the water pump bolts to 15 foot-pounds. Oh, extremely difficult. Just one pop at a time. All because of these freaking AC lines and that motor mount. You remove that motor mount, I'm telling you, you would have just so much room and all this would be a lot easier, but that was definitely a pain to get to all those bolts. But it's possible, it just takes a while. And next we're gonna install this. See that little bump right there? We're gonna install that up. You see where the screw holes is, and you can see where that bump is right there. It's kind of pink, so that's where we're gonna put the belt, and that is the belt tensioner, and that is also 15 foot-pounds. Now for the fun part, we got to do the alternator. Get those brackets up and out of the way so that we can do what we did before and push everything over to the left now, since I have everything over to the right. Be out of the way. And line it up how you need to. So like I said, you don't got to remove the dipstick and this bracket up here, which is right here on your screen. When you do that, so just start lining the top up. I am done. That was incredibly painful. So what I had to do was take off the alternator, and the inserts on the alternator, I had to just take a little small punch with the hammer and kind of bang it out a little bit to give me a little more clearance. All right, so these are going to be to 38 foot-pounds. It's a 14 millimeter, in case you forget. Like I said, if I ever do this again, I would remove this motor mount. That's just how much space, like that won't fit in there, so I gotta go grab a longer one. Yeah, like I said, me personally, oh man, I would definitely just grab, okay, there's that. Move that motor. Go and reconnect everything else. Start up here since I'm here. But if you replace that, if you took out that sensor, do that then. Here's this one right here. Simple push in. Crap, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Got that nice shiny. So this one actually goes in. It'll be 2 little slots to lock that in. Then we got this bracket on the top of the alternator. Also that 10 millimeter bolt we can put back. I'm sure they want that torqued, but it's not really necessary. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's done, that's done. Now I dropped that plastic cap, gotta find it. There, cap's done, so alternator's hooked back up, ready to go. Let's move on. All right, now we're gonna move on to the gates. It's the 4060495. Take that, and I'm gonna slide this down through the top. All I'm really gonna do is put it over the alternator at this point. I'll do everything else from the bottom. Just from looking from the bottom, it just seems like that's the best way to handle this. All right, so essentially it goes underneath the crank, underneath the AC compressor. You wrap it up and around that pulley, then it goes up top around the alternator, and then that's when you go up top. I liked it from the top better. I go up here and I use a 14 millimeter because you can do it here at the bottom, or there's the notch on top.
So you're filming?
Do this, and then you can put that belt on, and that's done. Alright, so after you're done with that, we're gonna put you got 2 plastic push pins in here, and then you got the 2 along the bottom. Alright, now that that's all done, I can't find that drain, but you can kind of see it right here. Yeah, make sure you close that. If you don't close that and you fill it back up, it defeats the purpose of everything you just did. Now we're gonna install this giant cover. All right, I need 2 hands. Just start by putting back all those 10 millimeter bolts. Ooh, that was a lot of clips. A lot of clips. But got them all. Thought I lost a couple, but thankfully I found them in the end. But so anyways, moving on. You can put your tire back on at this point. I'm gonna hold off, but yeah, you put your tire back on, and let's get this put back on. Just your 2 10 millimeter bolts. One up here. This is just plastic, so don't go crazy with it, guys and girls. Don't go crazy with it. And now at this point, we can go ahead and, odd enough, it said to put the negative battery terminal back on like 15 steps ago, which is never a good idea when you're messing with an alternator. Okay, I want to make sure that it doesn't move. So, all right, whole car's put back together. Now let's fill it up with coolant. Now, what I do love about this design of this is it does have a burp pipe, so you really don't have to worry about getting too crazy with bleeding it out, whatnot. So I'm putting some Asian vehicles. It's red/pink, but it's made for Toyotas. Now we're just going to keep filling this up and letting it drain. Right now it's at the full line. This is where it's going to take a lot of patience. So you're just going to keep on going, letting the air bubbles kind of work themselves out. While it fills up the radiator. It's not going to fill up the block yet. That's going to take some time. We're going to have to run this for a while. I'll go ahead and fill this up and get back with you. All right, so got my scan tool out just because I like to see the numbers and everything right here. I can see like the engine, the coolant temperature, engine RPMs, and the intake air temperature. Not that half of those matter, but so essentially what I'm going to do is start the car. Now that it's not going down anymore, I've already squeezed the upper radiator hose. See if I can pump through any. Nothing's coming out, so we're just going to pop the garage open and yeah, just going to start let the car do it. Now I got to get it warm enough where the thermostat opens. You're going to want to hold it at about 15 to 2500 RPM just to help heat up the engine a little quicker. We're at 123 degrees and still waiting for the thermostat to open. It hasn't really dropped or anything yet. Still a bleed. It hasn't dropped yet. It's 160 degrees now. I went ahead and shut off the heat to and all the fans to kind of build up some heat faster. I just need to get that thermostat open so we can get the rest of this coolant pumped in. It should require 2 gallons. We're now at 180 degrees. I got the heat on. You want to make sure the coolant, all the air comes out of the heater core and whatnot. You don't even need to have a funnel right here. This thing will go ahead and just, like I said, air will come off this nozzle right here, so you don't have to really worry about that. It's just I want to make sure that when the thermostat opens, I go ahead and keep it full. All right, so that's it. No issues. Everything staying at about 185 degrees to 190, which is good. So yeah, that's how you do it. Toyota Rav4 water pump's done. Hope you guys liked this video. Hope it helped. If it does, like I said, like, subscribe, and see you next time.